This morning, we begin our new 4-day series, The World of Mothers. We are looking at what it is like to be a mother across the globe, from Europe to Africa and Asia. And we start right here at home. The U.S. is the only developed country without a national paid parental leave program. President Trump discussed the importance of creating such a program for the U.S. in his State of the Union address.
I am also proud to be the first president to include in my budget a plan for nationwide paid family leave so that every new parent has the chance to bond with their newborn child.
6 states and Washington, D.C. offer some form of paid family leave, but the majority of American workers are at the mercy of their employers. Alex Wagner is here with how much those company policies can vary. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, Bianna. Most industrialized countries offer at least 14 weeks of paid maternity leave. The only national parental leave policy in the U.S. is the now 26-year-old Family and Medical Leave Act. It guarantees workers job security for up to 12 weeks of time off, but there is no promise of a paycheck.
Why so fussy?
Before Finley arrived 4 weeks early via emergency C-section, Hannah Cardin did her best to prepare.
Do you love him?
The Massachusetts emergency room nurse and mother of two took on extra shifts and even cashed out part of her 401k plan at a penalty to keep her family afloat during her 12 weeks of unpaid maternity leave.
Since everything that has been taught to me, no matter what happens, you never touch your retirement account because that's your account for later on. It's something that I had to do.
Even that wasn't enough. Cardin's husband lost his job, her income tax refund was less than expected, and with just $500 to spare, she must now go back to work early, 10 weeks after giving birth to a premature baby.
You scrimp, you save, you try and get everything lined up, and the best laid plans aren't working out.
Yeah.
What's your feeling about that?
It's definitely a defeating sort of feeling. You know, I definitely wanted to spend those extra 2 weeks recovering, being with my family and getting things in order.
Across the country in California and a world away, Marquita Staples Green is getting ready to welcome her second baby girl. As with her 1.5-year-old daughter, Emerald, Staples Green will take 26 weeks of fully paid leave offered by her employer, software firm Adobe.
And by the time I went back to work, I was ready, I was prepared. I had some time also to think about, here are some of my goals, and here's gonna be my new normal as a working mom. I feel completely grateful, but I really wish that this was the norm.
Only 16% of Americans have access to paid leave through their employers, which is why so many women need to secure infant care within weeks of giving birth. Policymakers on both sides of the aisle are trying to change that.
There is a crying need.
The Democratic-sponsored Family and Medical Insurance Leave Act would give workers 12 weeks of partially paid leave funded by a payroll tax.
I'm not in favor of mandating this.
Republican Senator Marco Rubio is taking a different approach.
It's an option that people can use to sort of draw on their retirement savings from Social Security early. But it's certainly better than having to max out your credit cards or going on public assistance and leaving work, which is what a lot of people have to do.
It sounds like you see this almost as a sort of emergency situation and this as an emergency solution.
Well, it's certainly an emergency situation for someone who finds themselves 6, 7, 8, 9 months pregnant and realizes I'm going to have to miss 2, 3, 4 paychecks. There aren't many people in America that can afford to do that.
Economists say paid leave programs have important economic benefits like keeping women in the workforce who then can earn higher wages down the line. And a majority of Americans do support the idea of paid leave. It's only when costs are considered, whether it's higher taxes or a decrease in future benefits to pay for the leave, that enthusiasm decreases.
How about that?
In the meantime, Hannah Cardin is doing what she can to make sure her family thrives.
Eventually, you just kind of have to continue living with what you have. So if I completely harped on the fact that there's no mandated maternity leave, and I completely harped on the fact that, you know, our finances aren't necessarily where we wanted them to be, and the fact that I'm going back to work 2 weeks early, if I really harped on those things, and I could, I wouldn't get the things that I need to get done.
Right.
And
you're getting it done.
Exactly.
While there is still deep disagreement about the specifics when it comes to paid leave and how to pay for it, the fact that there are an historic number of women in Congress today and a looming battle over the female vote in 2020 will likely result in greater attention to issues like this one and maybe even some solutions.
Fingers, legs,
I mean,
eyes
like
crossed,
everything
yes,
crossed. This is
yes.
something that's been happening. Women have been having kids
Yes.
for forever.
Last I
since
checked,
we've
we're
been
the only
humans.
ones that can have kids, too.
Yeah. And this is something that seems like we need a solution for.
Specifically here in this country.
Indeed.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. I liked that. Was that your baby sitting on your lap?
That was not mine, although it was a very cute and sweet baby. I have another baby coming later.
Oh, good. Thank you, Alex. And tomorrow here on CBS This Morning, we'll continue our series, The World of Mothers. We head to Finland, which is one of the best countries in the world to be a mom. We'll show you what that country is doing to provide resources to parents.